Hey there. So I'm going to read this book for you. It is um, a math theme book. I actually have several here. Um, so I've got how tall, how short, how far away. I've also got the Cheerios counting book, circumference and the first round table. When a line bends, a shape begins. And each orange had 8 slices. So I'm very food centric. So I'm thinking that we could read either the um, Cheerio book or the orange book. And even if you're not food centric like me, maybe your family likes to eat Cheerios for breakfast, or you like the smell of oranges because they smell really nice. So we'll go ahead and read these. Maybe we'll just go ahead and read both of them and you can decide which one you like better. All right, so we'll start with the Cheerios counting book. We've got 1. You can count cereal. What fun it will be. See 1. We've got 1 Cheerio. If you have Cheerios at home, you can count them. 2. Here are 2. 2 Cheerios. 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. Now there are 3. So we've got the number 3 and we've got the word 3. And then we have 3 Cheerios in a sentence that says, now there are 3. So every page has that, the picture of the number, the way it's written in letters. They have 4 Cheerios here on this page and then a sentence. So 4, take another Cheerio from your mix and see 4. 5, here are 5. So now would be a good time with 5 Cheerios to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch them. Here are 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there are 6. 7. 7 Cheerios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can count cereal. You're counting just fine. See 7. 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here are 8. 9. So number 9. 9 Cheerios. Now there are 9. If you add 1 more, we get up to 10. 10 Cheerios. To reach the next number, take in a Cheerio or an O again. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's where each page stops giving you an individual count, but you can keep going if you want. You can do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way to 20. And here on our 20, we actually have 20 Cheerios right here to count. Let's keep counting O's. There sure are plenty. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now with groups of 10. So we can do groups of 10 and we count by tens. This is a fun way to skip count. Start with 10. Now with groups of 10 to 100 you'll count. 100 is a large amount. So if we had to count 100 with just one individual count every time, that would take forever. Take a while, a minute and a half probably, but still a while. But if we count by tens, it's going to be super fast. It's only going to take us a few seconds. So 10, 20. Here are 2 groups of 10. That makes 20 for you. 30. You can see the 3 different groups of 10. 3 groups makes 30. That's easy to do. 40. Oh my God, that's so many Cheerios. Now there are 40. Count each group. There are 4. So 4 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40. 50. 5 groups are 50. You just added 10 more. 60. 60 is 6 groups with 10 in each bunch. 70. See 70? 7 groups that you could munch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 groups of 10. 80. To count 80, 8 tens there will be. Let's fill up this whole page. 90. Here's 90. That's 9 tens. They're easy to see. And 100. 100. 10 groups of 10 makes a special treat. Now you have 100 O's to eat. And after you eat them all, you have 0. Counting with cereal has really been fun. 0 is the number you get when you're done. Eat them all up. All right, so that was the Cheerios counting book right here. Now we're going to read. Each orange had 8 slices. Right, so each orange had 8 slices, a counting book. So we're going to do a little more counting. We'll see which book we like best. This page is pretty. I should show you this one. Right. Pages are a little sticky. All right. On my way to the playground, I saw 3 red flowers. Each red flower had 6 pretty petals. Each petal had 2 tiny black bugs. I think they're ants. How many red flowers were there? How many pretty petals? And how many tiny black bugs were there in all? So if we count how many flowers, we've got 1, 2, 3. If we count how many petals there are, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And if we count all the tiny bugs, we would do 2 on each petal. So we would do 18 times 2. You know what that is? It's 36. On my way to school, I saw 3 little kids. Each kid rode a tricycle. Each tricycle had 3 wheels. How many little kids were there? Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3 kids. How many tricycles were there? We've got 1, 2, 3 tricycles. And how many wheels were there in all? Each tricycle has 3 wheels, so you've got 3 times 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All together is 9. So if we count them individually, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if we do multiplication, we can do 3 times 3 and still get 9. On my way to the zoo, I saw 3 waddling ducks. Each duck had 4 baby ducks trailing behind. Each duck said quack, quack, quack. That's a lot of quacks. How many waddling ducks were there? Remember the story said there were 3 waddling ducks. How many baby ducks were there? Each duck had 4 baby ducks trailing behind. So 3 times 4. There's a group of 4, another group of 4, and another group of 4. That's 3 groups of 4. That's 12. And then how many quacks were there in all? We would take every quack. There were 3 quacks for each duck. Oh my gosh, that's even the moms and the babies. So every duck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ducks. And each said it 3 times. So to find that answer, you do 15 times 3, and we get 45. 45 quacks. All right. On my way to Grandma's, I saw 2 fat cows. Each cow had 2 calves, and each calf had 4 skinny legs. How many fat cows were there? 2. How many calves were there? 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And how many legs were there in all? Oh my gosh, if we count all the legs, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cows, and they all have 4 legs. So we do 6 times 4. 6 groups of 4. We get 24 legs. So this is all multiplication. You can also get the same answer with addition. On my way to the circus, I saw 2 colorful clowns. Each clown was holding 1 bunch of balloons in each hand, and each bunch had 5 bright balloons. How many colorful clowns were there? We got 1, 2 clowns. And how many bunches of balloons were there? 1, 2, 3, 4 bunches of balloons. And it says how many bright balloons were there in all. Remember they said that each bunch had 5 bright balloons. So if we've got 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. You can also do 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we could count by 5s. So we skip counted with our Cheerios book by 10s. We can skip count by 5s by going 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 colorful balloons. All right, on my way to the freeway, I saw 4 huge trucks. Each truck had 2 long trailers, and each trailer had 4 giant letters that spelled Acme. How many huge trucks were there? Well, let's see. 4 huge trucks. How many long trailers were there? Each truck had 2 long trailers. Is that correct? Those trucks are huge. So there would be 2 times 4, 8 trailers. And then how many giant letters were there in all? My goodness. So Acme has 4 letters in it. It has A, C, M, E. So that's 4 letters times 8 trailers. 8 times 4 is 32. On my way to lunch, I ate 2 juicy oranges. No, I was wondering when we were going to get to this page because that's what the title of the book is all about. Oranges. Well, here it is. On my way to lunch, I ate 2 juicy oranges. Each orange had 8 slices, and each slice had 2 small seeds. It's a very seedy orange. See, yep, on the front page, that's our title. It says each orange had 8 slices. You see all those seeds there too. I didn't notice them until now. How many juicy oranges were there? 2 juicy oranges. How many slices were there? Well, we have 8 slices in each orange. That is 2 times 8, or 2 groups of 8, and that's 16. And then how many seeds were there in all? We could take each seed and count it individually. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if we do that, we're going to get the same thing as if we did 16 times 2. There's 16 slices. It's 2 in each slice. So we could just say 32. If we multiply, 32 seeds. On my way to the store, I saw 4 trees. Each tree had 3 bird's nests, and each bird's nest had 2 spotted eggs. Whoa, that's a lot of bird's nests and eggs. How many trees were there? There were 4. How many bird's nests were there? Well, there's 3 bird's nests in each tree. That's 4 times 3. That's 12. And then how many spotted eggs were there in all? We've got 12 times 2. 2 eggs in each nest. That's 24. Right. We're about halfway through our book. Well, a little bit more than halfway. We got a couple more to do, okay? So, on my way to my friend's house, I bought 3 bags of gumballs. Each bag had 3 small boxes inside, and each box contained 6 gumballs. How many bags of gumballs were there? How many small boxes were there? And how many gumballs were there in all? All right, so let's go ahead and we've got this great illustration. I love that this book has these great illustrations. If you don't have gumballs at home, Maybe you have some other little balls that you can use, little pom-poms or something. So I bought 3 bags of gumballs. We got 3 bags, and in each bag there are 3 small boxes inside. So 3 times 3, that's 9. Each box contains 6 gumballs. So to figure out how many gumballs were in all, we'd have to do 6 times 9. So now if you have a calculator at home or on your phone, and remember, we're not supposed to have like calculators with us at all times, but you may. 9 times 6, I have it memorized as 54, but we can always double check with a calculator on our phone. And if you have a calculator at home, you can do this. You could say 9 times 6 equals, and there it is, 54. Sometimes it's hard to memorize all these big numbers. On my way home, I passed 3 yellow houses. Each yellow house had 3 red flower pots, and each flower pot had 5 blue flowers. How many yellow houses were there? How many red flower pots were there? And how many blue flowers were there in all? So this is so much multiplication. We got to take 3 yellow houses, and each yellow house had 3 red flower pots. So 3 times 3 is 9. We just did that one. And then each flower pot has 5 blue flowers. So we do 9 times 5. And again, you can use your calculator, or I have memorized all my 5s. So for counting by 5s, do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Counting by 5s is a great way to memorize all your 5 times multiplication facts. Before my bedtime, I read 2 books. Each book had 10 big pages, and each page had a pretty picture. How many books were there? There were 2, just like we were reading today. How many big pages were there? Each book had 10 big pages. So that's 20 pages. And every page has a pretty picture, just like this book. So that is 20 times 1 is just 20. Any number times itself is that number. So 20 times 1 is 20. So we've got 20 pretty pictures in all. On the last page of the last book, I found this poem. This silly poem. I was going to St. Ives. I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kittens. Kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? And it's a riddle, but it's kind of a joke too, because it's just one person was going there, because the story is I was going to St. Ives and they met a man. They didn't say that man with all the sacks and cats and kittens and wives was going to St. Ives. Just the person in the story. But that's a silly, silly riddle. All right, so that's our last book. And I hope you enjoyed the stories today. You can let me know which one you like better. And I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye.